I'm going to hand the mic over to a man who I have trouble pronouncing his name, Rostislav Juk, from the Ukrainian FinTech Association and Innovation, to moderate the next panel on cybersecurity and financial resilience in times of war. So, over to you.
Thank you very much. So, the cybersecurity starts to be topic number one, and not only for cybersecurity professional. That's why I'm here. And we will try to speak how this landscape are changing during the wartime and what we should be prepared with my colleagues today in the panel. So I am kindly invite Meital Raviv from Mera. Please, welcome. Thank you. And Mikhail Paigerenu from Ford. Please welcome. So, and as I mentioned, the landscape during the war is changing, and we want to start from how this evolution of cyber threats we could observe at the market. And first question will be, what does the typical wartime cybersecurity attack looks like, and what's the reason behind is hidden for this? So, Mikhail, let's start from you.
Thank you. Well, I would start by remembering 2015 in Greece. We all can remember that people were in front of the ATM machines and they couldn't withdraw any cash. There was no cash for the people. And one major factor that affected the population was the psychical factor. You cannot access your resources anymore, your financial resources. You cannot access your bank account. You cannot access anything that is now a matter of the day-to-day living. You need cash daily. So this is what changed. All the attacks now are having into consideration a different motivation. So even if we are talking about a DDoS, behind the DDoS we may find that there is another reason. There is a deeper infiltration. And what they aim now is to destabilize the financial markets, the trust that we have in the financial institutions, and to destabilize the economy itself. This is the main thing that changed, is the reason behind it. Before Ukraine, we had, the reason was just financial. Let's grab some money from those guys if we can. And now the reason has changed, and it's all about creating chaos. I think that Ukraine, just before the ground attack, had a DDoS attack together with a wiper, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, we have a wiper and we have a DDoS attack simultaneously. The result that it produces is totally different from the ones that were aimed before these times of war.
Meital, please, want to add something?
Yeah, maybe we start with introduction. We forgot about it. Would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, so hello everybody. My name is Mihai Păjereanu. I'm the CEO of Ford, a cyber security company that is listed on the Romanian Stock Exchange. We are on the market since 2015, and we are an umbrella of services and solutions for the cybersecurity. We help different industries and companies, banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, telco, industry, with services mainly and solutions.
So, hi everyone. Starting from scratch. There is a reason that I start from introducing myself, because I'm from Israel, and as you might know, we are having challenging times now, especially in the cybersecurity, but not only. My name is Meital, and again, I'm from Israel. I'm the founder of Mera, We are a boutique global consulting firm. We are working with financial institutions, fintechs, tech companies, to be able to deliver innovations, strategies, and executions, smart executions with new technologies. I have more than 20 years of experience in the financial industry with executive roles in banking and in banks and in consulting firms like KPMG. And my last role was the CEO of European EMI. So the European market is a friend of mine. And regarding your question and what you said, Mihai, I think that I totally agree about the trust. I think that something is broken. I think that as humanity, we are changing the world with really lack of trust. And we lost it, actually. I feel it in the last week because I'm locked here in Europe. I cannot get back to my country, to my home, actually. The cyber takes very large amount of focus in this war, in this continuous war that we are having like almost 2 years now. I think that the most impactful thing is that it's not just the technology, it's the people. And once you are breaking the trust, you are breaking many circles around what is happening. And regarding financial institutions, so let's assume, for example, that you are getting an email, a fake email from the CEO that says that we are under attack, which is maybe not true, or we are having something in the organization. So think about how it affects the market, how it affects the national bank. Everything is it's like collapsing one at a time. So the resilience is very, very important, and I think that companies and financial institutions mainly should think of how to deal with this type of attacks. And you mentioned DDoS, and this is a major issue. Like I'm not a cybersecurity person, by the way. I'm coming with a lot of experience around cybersecurity, but I haven't dealt with specific technology, although I'm there. But again, this is not only technology issue. I think that it's much more than this. It's much bigger. Countries are changing, you know. Started with Ukraine, and now we are facing it, and I hope it will be better.
Yep, thank you. So it was the reason why it's different people with different view, just to start this discussion, because cyber start to be not only the technical question that we need to solve in the future and what we can see. So before the war in Ukraine, we were thinking about the strategy, about the culture, because we believe that culture is strategy at the breakfast. Yes, in any space in the cyber is the same, because so you can't build trust without cultural things that teach people what they should do and how they should react. But so when we face the war with Russian terrorism in Ukraine, and these days we see that it starts to be sometimes asymmetric. It starts to be not so you can read in book. So it starts to be, for example, how you can attack the bank. I will give you some example from my experience last year. So they can attack the biggest telco operator. And when they do this, your infrastructure of the bank is down. Your client can't have access to the mobile application. So my morning was starting that I have in all my messengers, all banking system was down due to the attack to the telco operator. I say, okay, we give some like things how they should react due to the business continuous plan. And I say, okay, I need to go to bank just to control how it will work, because I'm in supervisory board, one of the biggest Ukrainian bank also. Fintech and this other head also. So when I go out from my flat, I have the like optical internet, that's why I have all messengers in my smartphone. But when I leave my flat, I just understand that my phone doesn't work because network is down. I take another phone and just understand that another phone has the same telco operator. So I was driving car, understanding if something happened, I can't even call the police or medical assistant, whatever. So it was like totally disaster. So my next question, so it was example of how there should be attack on the infrastructure and hitting also the cybersecurity, because if some services doesn't work, it means that you are weak and they could be attacked in the doors that are open not from your side but from your partner's side. So the question is, what the specific type of attacks could be more dangerous in real world and how we can protect from them? Michael?
Okay, so I've already mentioned the DDoS attack that can be used in order to deceive in terms of we are trying to counter the DDoS attack, but there is something deeper that is going on there. So it just shifts our attention from what is happening in other areas. So it might be another area of attack that is being masked by a DDoS attack. And also the wipers that I have mentioned, which are deleting the financial data in the registers. So yeah, you may go back and restore a backup and you may go back to business. But what happens if you have an infiltration? And during that infiltration, you simply modify the data in the accounts. And you change the data in the banking system, in the core system. And you were used to have a certain amount in your deposits and in your cash. And you find the next day that you have nothing. But the registered are, let's say, in appearance clean. It's very difficult to find this file infiltration and very difficult to restore such an infiltration which modifies effectively the data in the banking system. So those would be probably the most dangerous ones for the banking system, and that would affect also the beneficiaries of the financial systems, leading to a mistrust in the financial systems.
Thank you. Maitel, please.
So I would like to say AI. I think that it's coming, it's here. The creativity around it and the attacks that we are going to face, I think that some of them we cannot even imagine. I'm speaking about authentication and liveness and everything that banks are using now for onboarding and for KYC and to know to know who is in front of you. Like it's not enough. I just coming back from another conference of Banking for All, and I spoke with one of the participants there, and they said that their bank, like for the onboarding, they are using only, of course, it's online onboarding, and it's great. It's 4 minutes onboarding, which is perfect. But then they are take a picture of the ID, and in some cases they are doing live video, but most of the times they do not. And even the customer is not obliged to come to the branch, which means that the bank do not see the customer in any time, while it can make transactions and it can, walk daily. And the bank do not know who is in front of him, and think that this customer will be an avatar, which we cannot even identify now that it's that it's not a person. Okay, so now that I scared everyone, I think that there are ways to confront this, although I think that also the ways need to upgrade it, and when the quantum computing will come, they don't think that we are ready for this because everything will fall. But let's put it aside for a minute. I'm in a chaos mode, as you understand, so I'm sorry for this. But I think that zero trust is the most important thing. Like, trust no one, and no system. Like, everything is vulnerable. Everything is, you can reach out and everything can be attacked. So you need to go system by system and make sure that everything is secured with the most effective ways. And this is the most, I think, efficient way to deal with it.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned AI and quantum computers. So how everybody is familiar with AI and how it can be used in financial system? Can you raise your hand? Just one? Two, three. Okay, you're in problem. So I expect that everybody will hands up. Okay,
you need
but
consulting for.
if we speak about quantum computer, how everybody is familiar about quantum computer? Can you raise your hand? Oh, it's more familiar with quantum computers than AI. Okay, great. So welcome to Ukraine, because we need to be prepared for this type of technology. So why ask this question? So technology are changing dramatically, and we need to understand the impact, because when the quantum computer will be in place, it will change everything in fields of blockchain, cybersecurity, etc. So the question is how to prepare for new technologies coming to the scene and, you know, be more proactive than reactive in this field. So if you want to, because you mentioned this strange technologies that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we can prepare in that time. Like after taking our head and say, okay, what are we going to do with it? We need to first to understand what is coming, okay, and be aware of this. That's first, because awareness is the first step. And I think that to understand what it means to have to have a computing force that it's that we haven't seen before. Like all the encryptions are going down. You know, it's not like everything we used to do. It's not relevant anymore. But I think it will take time. I think that in order to deal with it, again, first be aware that it's coming, like AI. So let's deal with AI first before quantum computing. That's my suggestion, because this is here. Quantum has at least 5 or 10 years. So I think that to make sure that you have the right governance, to be aware that you are managing the risk, like not just for the technology part, but only for the humanity part. Like make sure that your employees are aware of this, that you are putting the right skill set in place. I think that the management of these cycles and these processes is very, very important. And do not forget the humans, not just the technology.
Okay, thank you. Michael, some tips
We
from your side?
We can address post-quantum as something that is under debate. We had some discussions with several partners, some of them from the United States and Canada, and some of them say, look, you are just too into SF. You are just more into a faraway future than into present. And we don't know when this will happen, but obfuscation is already here. Post-quantum cryptography is here. Steganography is here. So if we are to discuss about it, what is on the market now is uncertain. Uncertainty is towards the field of quantum computing. There are several news coming from China revealing that they have solved this problem. They have at least one site where supercomputer is capable of this technology. But we are still fighting with smaller things like the human behavior. We have a lot of social engineering to take care before we talk about quantum and everything that comes with this new field of technology. Basically, close to 90% of the attacks are being possible because of the social engineering. We as people, we are not yet in the state of the awareness that we should be, and we are missing that part of the education. It should be included like organizational DNA, if you want, the cyber part of the organization. It could be part of the DNA of any organization. And we should include it also in the schools, early times. While for the AI, it's a great tool. we shouldn't look at it as an enemy. It is being used by the enemies in order to create attacks with a lot of ease. You just access AI and you request a scenario for social engineering, or you even use it in order to create attacks that are more easily to conduct than before the AI. It is also used in Fort, for example. We have a team that is using AI in order to counterattack. And it's just a matter of who has more time and more money to invest in using the AI, similar like the knife. You can use it in the kitchen, or you can use it in order to stab someone.
Maybe
Yes,
just one more sentence. Not one. First, regarding what you said about culture, so I'm coming from innovation processes, and just like when you are thinking of new product, I think that most of the banks got used to the fact that all the security guys first of all said no. This is the, you know, I don't know how they will build, but this is part of their, sorry for all the security guys in the room. But first of all, you're getting up in the morning and say, okay, this morning I will say maybe yes, but usually no. So we are starting with the no. And then I think that it needs to be changed, and there is a change. And I think that it should come not just from the security part, but also from the business side. And every new product that you are thinking of, from the beginning, from the initiate idea, bring the security guys in the team. Like, start with them to be part of the thinking. Like, when we are creating the architecture, is it a good, it's bad, they are aware of all the new technologies that is coming, and all the new threats that are coming to us. And most of the times the business guys just want the product. They do not know what is coming. So just make sure that even if you are here from security or either from the business, make sure that either to be proactive and be part of these discussions, or on the other side, bring them in and get their accountability right from the beginning. This is first. And second, I think, again, education is very, very important. I think that you can look at all the science fiction movies. They are just coming to our real time. And do not work alone. I think that collaboration is very important. The organization is not an island, so use partnerships. Look at other companies, what they're doing, even if they are competitors or not. But do not be arrogant. You don't know everything. Even the security guys, you know, some of them think that they know everything because they are there, and again, I love everyone. I don't have anything against anyone, but sometimes it's frustrating. So I think that, again, be modest. You can learn from everyone. You can look around, see what other companies are doing, see what other banks are doing, and how they are dealing with these threats, and work together.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So nobody can, defeat alone with these problems that we can face. So how you see the new effective model of collaboration will, change the market. So in Ukraine, for example, if new threats come, all the national law enforcement agencies try to collect this data and send it to financial institution to be prepared. So maybe it's your other example. So how you see it will change the collective defense model?
Well, as a collective defense, there are several steps that were taken, but it's still not concentrated. And if we are looking at the reasons why they are not concentrated, one of them is the legislation, because we have data that can be transferred from one institution to another. And it's also the competition. And now if we are going to the financial sector in this discussion, there are some agencies. There's the Financial Services Information Exchange, whatever. It's the FISC, which deals with exchanging information in real time about what is happening in the realm of cybersecurity between the financial institutions. And also there is DORA in place, and what they are trying to do now is to get the information, put it all together, and make smart decisions based on this information. What should be done in order for this to be very concentrated would be that the states, the governments should be involved in a process towards the legal aspects and the commercial aspects, because they will have to deal with, for example, GDPR, if we are to exchange data between us. And also there is one more thing, which is the competition between those financial institutions. So what will there be the trigger for them in order to collaborate and cooperate and exchange information in this realm?
You want to add something, please?
Yeah. So again, Israel is on the map. I will tell you about how we are fighting these hundreds and thousands of attacks that we have every day. Every day, Israelis get attacks. I think it's around more than 1,000. I think it's 2,000 a day of cyber attacks each day. So what we have done around 6 years ago, or 7 years ago, sorry, we built the cyber emergency response team, the CERT. It's on the south of Israel, and it's a center where all the financial institutions, small institutions, large institutions, banks, and everyone are connecting to the same center. It's like an emergency center. They have screens all over the place. Each attack that is coming into the country gets notified, and everyone gets a notification in real time that there is a cyber attack happening, and everyone are prepared, okay? So, and I think that it helped the financial institutions in Israel to be, I cannot say 100% blocked, but it's narrowed the percentages that of being getting attacks, you know, on financial institutions. This is an amazing initiative of the government, and even new institution, new fintech companies that is joining, so gets a room in this initiative.
So very cool. We try to use it see how you do this, and we try to implement it during the war in Ukraine, and it's really work. And I see that the timing is out, but just one question to wrap up this quick discussion about the cybersecurity. So what is the one thing that financial institutions should start doing today to be better protected tomorrow?
I would say that they should look up on the supply chain, because they have vendors for the core banking, they have vendors for the fintech applications and everything else that comes into a bank as a third-party software. It should be under their radar, and it should be cyber-proofed before being connected to the bank, all the systems inside the bank.
I would say use AI and manage it. Like it's not a threat, it's an opportunity, but act very smart with it and know how to use it with risk management and governance and everything around it.
Okay, thank you. So I hope it was interesting and useful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to my
Thank you.
panelists. And thank you for your attention.